Yeah, g'day, it's Steve Rogers here from TIG Integrity, and the purpose of this video is just to show you how to make a spray guard to suit our heavy duty mount. Now, I've tried for many years, 2 or 3 years, to try to create a guard that one size fits all for the original mount, and it just wasn't working. And and every boat's different, every situation's different. It's just too hard for one guard to fit every scenario. And most boats, for example, have got a transom plate, so a flat guard is going to leak water behind it. So if we take like another guard or something, water is going to come up behind this part here. We've got to try and block that off. It's just too difficult. So the best way to get it right, so that it's not going to bring water up through it, is the way I'm going to show you today. This mount here has tags on it, which have somewhere for the guard to mount to. So the only way to get this right is to set your transducer up first in the right position, set it to where you want, set the angles right, test it, make sure it's how you want it to read, and then create the spray guard that fits it. So the way to do this is to create a cardboard template. So we can either use some cardboard, or some core flute, card or aluminium. You make a template, and then you can either send me the template and I can cut it for you exactly to that, or you can make it yourself or get a local to make it. Whatever you want to do, doesn't matter. So this is the way we make it. So basically get a piece of card, very easy. And what we basically want to try and do is get that so that it's touching back against the transom. Because obviously water can come up through here. It rebounds off the transducer, rebounds off the transom and back up, and as you've wasted your time with a spray guard that doesn't work. So the way to do this is the texter, mark where your fins are. I'm going to do this really quickly. You might need to spend half an hour doing it. So we can't go in obviously because the cord's there, so let's create one for the cord. We've got a gap for a cord. And I'll know most of these measurements anyway. Okay, so we still can't go back further, so therefore we're going to have to cut around this transom plate. Now I'm going to measure that transom plate sitting where it sits there, sitting on my tags. It's 30 millimeters, so I know that I've got to cut out 30 millimeters at the back to get that to slide back. So now we're getting somewhere, we're getting closer to this guard touching the transom. So the only way to get that forward is to bring these little fins here forward. I can get these details right because I already know them. Your details that you need to get are basically the overall shape of the thing. Okay, so that's pretty much, we're nearly there. We're 5 millimeters away, or 1/4 inch. Right, we are almost touching there. So you get the idea. We're closing up all the gaps to fine tune it to get it right. And we're pretty much touching on this side. So the only gaps that are there really are the back of the cord, no gaps. Now we want to shape the whole thing, make it look good. So I'm going to be really rough here, but I know that's the center. Let's taper it a little bit, make it look good. You want to keep it towards the back. You want to keep it quite wide at the back and let it taper towards the front, because the spray is hitting underneath the transducer, and that's where the majority of spray comes out, this area here. So we get our template, and then we want to fold the edges down so it looks good as well, and it gives it strength. I just bent that on the bench just to give it an idea, but that's pretty much how it works. And basically that's it. We've got a nice looking job. We could fine tune it, give it some nice rounded edges. And here's one I did earlier. This is probably spent a bit more time on this one here. So we have no gaps. So I've got it nice and folded down. We have no gaps where water can get through and spray up. And that's basically it. And then what you do is you send that to me as it is if you want, and I can make it, or you can make it yourself out of if you're handy with that sort of thing, or send it to a local fabricator. He can cut that out for you exactly how you've got it. Or you can take a photo of that, and if you're familiar with technical drawing like you did at school, then you can just give me those measurements and I can make it if it's too hard to send that or you don't want to send it. But I've got all this details here already, generally. I just need to know these depths so that we're completely closing off all the gaps and no water's getting through. From there we mark the holes. Again, this is really rough. You'll spend a bit more time doing this properly. Mark the holes because this is where we're going to be joining to. Bolt through there, fold it up, and that's what it's going to look like. Got your idea? From there, From there, again, you're ready to go. You're ready to give that to a fabricator, either myself or someone you know, or if you want to do it yourself. Easy. Hope that video helped you to make a spray guard to suit our heavy duty mount, because it's very hard to make a spray guard fit that. If you want any information, just contact us at TIG Integrity. Thanks for watching.